For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
Families are the glue that hold our society together. Marriages usually produce children. Parents raise and train their children to ultimately replace them in the world.
But what happens when the world changes too quickly as you are growing up, and continues to change as your own children arrive and in turn grow up?
Experts tell us families are weakening because we are rootless, peer group oriented.
Because parents are trying to emulate and compete with their children.
Because we don't know what we want and we don't have anyone to turn to. Dr. Lawrence Fuchs of Brandeis University.
The statistics pile in every week. One study follows another. Whether you're looking at adolescent suicides, adult psychosis, marital discord, sexual dissatisfaction, the variable that seems most consistently linked to negative results is a weak family.
The stability of families is a measure of overall social stability.
Families used to stay pretty much in one place.
Not so anymore.
Families used to stay together as economic units.
Change is the name of the game today.
Families used to cling together through several generations so that the grandparents could teach and care for the children.
Not now. One family in 5 moves every year.
Today, many American families have cut themselves loose from the ties that bind. But there still are families in the United States that have kept together, generationally and economically. They are a vanishing breed. One such extended family lives near the Gulf of Mexico in Louisiana.
The family is headed by 72-year-old Joseph Sigue and his wife Inez, who is 69. Their 5 sons, 5 daughters-in-law, and 24 grandchildren live within eyesight of their house.
Joe Sigue Sr. retired in 1964. He turned his sugarcane farm over to his sons. He now looks back with pride to his land, his family's land. Land that has grown from 160 acres in 1941 to 3,700 acres.
Before 1964, I had bought a piece of land, and I bought it on the boy's name. Some of them was too young even now for me to put it on their name then.
In doing this, Joe Sigue was continuing a rather antique custom of perpetuating a family business, a custom that has largely disappeared in this country. Today, several grandsons work alongside their fathers.
The family, a multiracial mixture of black, white, and Mexican heritage, has its own society, one that is family-centered. This has helped to forge a bond that extends through 3 living generations and beyond the economic considerations of a major farming operation. The senior Sigues like having their sons close by.
Well, they're all around, but they're on the other side of the road. But one, my baby son, well, he lives right next door. Well, every morning they're right there. They ask Mama how you feel, Daddy how you feel. If we're sick or anything, they'll stand by, and that's the way they treat us. And I try to treat them nice too, you see, because they're very nice.
We don't miss a day without seeing them. We'll put anything on the side to really see that their wishes are, or anything we can do for them. And my father felt he's a proud man. He loved the way his sons operate. Whatever one have, he considered as the whole family.
You didn't send those men out of it?
Yeah, I just told him. I sent him out in Mulbraham and the drains, and go ahead and pass those they have left, and then you'll take the tractors and carry them back to the other farm, Abbury, and meet with Freddie and Lewis them over there.
When I quit the farm, I retired off the farm in '64. I took everything that I had, the tractors, the land, and everything else, and I gave it to him.
The the ones that we know we're going to change.
Dad raised us all together,
Yes.
you know. And when I was small, I'd steal out of the house and go around back of the barn and get on the tractor and play with it. And sometimes they'd see the car moving in the yard and didn't know what was going on. And I was in there hitting the starter or trying to drive. I loved that steering wheel, too. Donald and I was the only two that finished high school. And then I loved it so much to get out there in the field with the rest of the brothers that I wanted to quit school there. Being out there, I loved it so much.
I took them when they were small. Each one had their job. They were always working on the farm, like milking the cows and all kind of things like that when they growed up. Well, I learned them how to work.
Well, I teach them how to work in our house, just like a girl, because I never had a daughter, you know. And they worked. I'm telling you, and they were some good little workers.
The oldest brother is Warren Sigue, now 48.
Well, when I started working in the field, I was pretty young, and there was mule days during that time. And after a few years later, we turned around, we bought a tractor, and then we sent some of the boys to school. And I was the oldest one. I stopped school a little bit younger than the others.
The three oldest brothers quit school at 6th grade. The two younger sons graduated from high school. As they grew up, the cane farm was increasing in size and prosperity. Now the brothers looked to their own children and their futures.
Well, I'm trying to raise them as I was raised. I mean, not say strict on them, but notice that like something like I was raised, the way my father raised me.
Trying to send them to school as much as we can. Give them the things in school that we couldn't afford.
Feel the way my dad brought me up. That's the way I would like to have my kids growing up.
The way Dad raised us, you know, a lot of respect. I've carried that through my part of life, and I hope to hand it down to my kids that way.
3 of the Sigue grandchildren.
I have never even thought of living anywhere else on a permanent basis because this is what I want. This is where I've grown up and lived with my family and friends, my grandfather, and all my kin people. Here you've got what you call security.
For a few occasions I've worked somewhere else, but this farm, I like it, and that's where I want to be.
If I decide to get married, I'd stay in the country. Because, I mean, you know, go in the city, everything is crowded. Your neighbors, you never know who they are. They just might decide to come at your door one day. Bam, you're dead, you know.
The family ties of the Sigues not only reach out for 3 generations, but also back in time.
Joseph Sigue has lived his life on and near this land. Someday, he will be buried here.
This is my family spot that I bought after my brother died. And it's for some of my sisters and things like that. My mother and daddy's on the middle aisle out there. Now, right back there where you see all the old leaves, that's my wife, kinfolks.
The Sigue family has grown and flourished despite overwhelming odds. Their family enterprise is an anachronism in the 20th century. No one knows if the land will continue to support and hold the growing number of Sigues.
Well, I am very proud of being here and taking our family pictures. For this is the first time it happened that I've taken the whole family together. I hope all my family be together like they are today.